Welcome back, folks. This is Ben for eXplanation, and this is episode 5 of our tutorial series for Remnants of the Precursors. In the last episode, what were we doing? Okay, so in the last episode, we just found the humans. So we've got a second human race to accompany the Talons. Now, they're currently out of our ship range, which means we can't actually get any spies in on them. Although, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of I'm going to push this slider up here. Now, as soon as they are in range, this will immediately put some spending into developing a spy network with these guys so we can get some eyes on them. And what happens, this is really neat, okay? So what happens here is, let's say we look at the Talon. We've currently got no spy networks here, and we're spending 12 billion credits a year. Once we've actually got a working spy network, the game will immediately cut all funding so that we don't need to put any more billion credits in once we've got a spy network in place. So this is really great. It means we don't have to micromanage in here and keep checking on it every turn. If you can see here, look, with the Aviari, we've got one spy network now. We don't need any more, and it's not spending any money, so you can see it says 0 billion credits. However, if the spy was to get caught, we would immediately start spending money again to get that network back in place. This is a really nice little feature, and especially if we decide to start espionage or sabotage missions, and you will start losing spies much more quickly. This saves us having to mess around coming back into this intelligence tab every couple of turns. So at the moment, we can't actually, our diplomatic relations, we can't actually talk to the humans at the moment. So we need to find them. Their scout is here. So I think they usually start on yellow stars. So maybe here. They might be this one here. If we just turn on the... Yeah, 9 light years from this star, so that's feasible that they've come this far. Particularly if they've developed some different types of fuel cells like we have. If you remember from the last episode, we just gotten our iridium fuel cells, which we traded with with our rival Alkari faction. But they're kind of friends with us at the moment, and so they've been tech trading with us and just generally helping out. So we just take a look at the Aviari. Yeah, see if we can get some more trade. Now, I think we did this last turn, didn't we? And yeah, we can't get any more technology out of them. So this non-aggression pact is working well for us with these guys. So far, providing that we don't have to fight with them over these colonies that I want to take, we might well be able to expand without upsetting them too much. We don't want to have to go to war with these guys if we can help it. It would be nice to have some kind of ally in the universe. However, we are a race that is geared towards combat, so it might make sense for us to pick a target. If we go back to the status screen, we can just have a quick look to see who... Oh, we're dead neck and neck with technology now, look. And actually, we're winning on population. We're equal on planets. Yeah, we're starting to close this gap with the total power with our neighbours, and it does look like the Aviari are much stronger in fleet. So the first target, if we were to go to war, would probably be the Talon here. Anyway, currently we're building a colony ship, so let's just get that on the go. We found another dead planet. This is over at Ito. It's not a particularly useful planet at the moment. However, if we can get a colony ship on Adachi or Joe, that will put us in range to be able to colonize it later. So we built a couple of fighters here. Not really much use. Let's send those to Sato. One more year for the colony ship. I'm gonna dial back the spending on the ship so we get it in one turn, and we'll put the rest into technology, because we're now looking for, I think computer tech is going to be a good place to go. So yeah, maybe we could crash research this. No, I think I'll leave it. I'd like to get deep space scanner. Computer tech is really important because it's it gives you a bonus. The higher computer tech you have, the more bonus you have to espionage roles and to spy defense as well. So if we do get any kind of lead in technology, we will start attracting the attention of other races that may want to steal it. Okay, one more turn. And we found a class, an ocean class planet, size 80, but with poor resources. Poor resource planets suffer a penalty to the production that they create, which it means they develop really slowly, which is a big problem. However, they're still worth taking. You really want to take all the planets that you can get, but you want to focus on the ones with, I mean, rich planets are the best, ideally. Ultra rich are the best. Then rich, and then normal, and then after that you can start looking at you know, the poor and ultra poor. They can still be used to grow population to send, so they do have their uses. Okay, we've nearly maxed out the population on on the endo here, so I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, we can start putting a little bit more into the factories. I'd like to still get a little bit of tech on this planet. It's not the most efficient way of doing things, but I've noticed with Remnants of the Precursors, even more than Master of Orion, it's good to be trying to keep up with the technological race. So let's move this scout here. This scout can go off in this direction. I don't think we can reach this one here. Hold on a minute. Oh, I've got to cancel that, that's why. That's my bad. Okay, no, we can't move there. So, I think we now have, this turn coming, we'll have a colony ship. Let's just check Altair. Ah, this was a mistake I made. I left this rally point on. I'm going to turn this rally point off now. The colony ship is going to go to Sato. That's probably not a big problem. I would have rather have gone straight down to Joe here, but it's possible that I'm going to get there still. I think what I'll do is, the moment that these fighters hit Adachi, I'm going to send them straight to Joe. Okay. Yeah, let's send the fighters to Joe. Just in case the humans or one of the other factions decide to put a colony ship on this. I want this planet here. I think it's going to be good for us to get that planet. And let me just have a look technology wise. Yeah, we don't have anything decent that we can put into weapons, so there's probably no point in building too much in the way of ships yet. However, there is the issue that we don't want to be too weak with regards to our military. Our fleet strength is okay. Now we've got the highest fleet strength. Interesting. I'm not sure what's going on here. If we look in the diplomacy section and we click on each faction, we can actually look at the foreign relations of each race that we're checking out. As you can see here, it's saying that the Aviari have a non-aggression pact with the Alkari. That's us. We know that. But if they were to be at war with the humans or with another faction, it would say here, and this can, you know, this will inform the way that you approach your strategy. One thing I have noticed is there's a faction called the Reptara who the Aviari have met. And these guys have also met the Reptara and Ignioids, which sound like a Silicoid faction to me. So I think we can expect to find Silicoids down here, maybe, and some Reptara somewhere around here. The Reptara do sound very much like they're going to be a Sacra-based faction too. Okie dokie. Let's get Altair. I think I'm going to build some fighters. Yep, I'm going to build some fighters just so that we've got, we are sort of projecting some kind of power. I'll send them to Sato, so we're going to keep a rally point on. Even just a few ships is enough to dissuade one of the other factions from declaring a war of opportunity on you. So it's, even if the ships aren't themselves particularly menacing, just the fact that you've got something can serve you well. Okay, so those fighters have gone off there. We've got some fighters on the way down to Joe, and this colony ship is still on its way to Sato. I really want to get this deuterium fuel cells out of the way. We don't need much more for it now. It will be about Well, we'll be heading for a breakthrough at 42 research points per turn, 4, 8, 12. So it's kind of 4 turns until we hit the threshold for the potential of breakthroughs. I also want to get these deep space scanner. Yeah, I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep this research spending fairly balanced for now, and I'll just build a few more fighters. Just a couple of turns of fighters, and we found a class 80 planet there. Endo has reached its maximum industry, so Endo can now switch to either tech or building ships. We don't want to build too many of these low quality fighters, particularly while our fleet strength is higher than everyone else's. So actually, let's switch Altair over to building another colony ship, and let's get another colony going at Adachi. This Oda was that's a dead planet. That's no good. I think I will keep this scout here just as an early warning system in case anybody comes from our northern borders. Yep, and I think we'll keep Endo on researching tech. We're going to get quite a lot of tech spending now, so hopefully we'll start getting some extra breakthroughs in science. Let's go to the next turn. We found a resource poor size 70 arid planet in Saigo. I'd like to see what this planet is up this direction now. Still waiting for this colony ship to arrive. We've got some spare scouts here that I built. I think I might put these on my borders just so that I get again some kind of early warning in case one of the other factions decides to make a move. Let's have a quick look at the diplomacy screen. Yes, our relations with the Talons is increasing with this trade profit. Let's see if we can get another trade treaty with them. Yep, they took that. We could trade for one of these technologies. Interested to see what they've got. No, I'm not willing to trade either iridium fuel cells or improved terraforming +10 for any of those things. They're all currently in our tech tree queue. They're something things that I've already got. This controlled dead environment is going to be so useful soon. And we're on the threshold now for the breakthrough into deuterium fuel cells. We've already got a better tech there, but we need that in order to progress to the next level of tech advancement. Okay, colony ship has arrived. Let's send this straight down to Joe. 6 years transit. Let's just hope in that time nothing comes to Joe. Three more years until we've got a colony ship at Altair, and we're going to send it to Adachi. And again, we're going to keep some spending. We're going to keep some spending in tech. I wonder if it might be quicker to. Yeah, let's push this research a bit quicker. Sorry, push the colony ship a bit quicker. And here, look, this is a good planet. This is an ocean size 80. Not to be sniffed at in itself. However, it also contains ancient ruins, which means that technology points from research are doubled. If you're the first person to explore one of these planets, you'll get a tech for free from it, and it can be a high level tech or a higher level tech than you will get at the start for sure. This is a really, really good planet. Now, it might be worth us trying to quickly get a colony ship with extra fuel tanks, which at this stage of the game might require a huge hull type, which is going to be a significant expense. However, that is a good planet, and I don't want anyone to get it before me. This is something to consider. Okay, so we've maxed out colonists at Altair, and we've got the maximum colonists at Endo too. Sato's still coming, so let's just send a couple of transports, so we're not wasting our growth. Just over to Sato, and just adjust the growth rate on these. There we go. And yes, those fires have arrived. next turn. And we've got another colony ship. Okay, so we've got the breakthrough in deep space scanner. This gives us an opportunity to jump up to the next tech level. Now, Battle Computer Mark II is really important for the Alkari because we are going to be... I would like to get some small ships created, and the higher the battle computer you have, the better the attack roll that they make every time they shoot. So this is really important. However, we can also jump straight ahead to Battle Computer Mark III. Computer technology, as I said, is really important because it gives us a bonus to our spying rolls. So it would be quite advantageous for us to jump straight ahead. I'm just going to have a quick look at the Master of Orion manual, if you just bear with me. So we've got Battle Computer Mark II is in Tier 1. It's Tech Level 5 at Tier 1. Battle Computer Mark III is Tech Level 10. As you can see, there's a significant investment difference, however. I'm going to go for Battle Computer Mark II because at any point I might have to fight. Now, these kind of decisions will change in every single game. This is one of the reasons why I love this game so much. The trajectory that you plot through the tech tree will greatly rest upon the environmental conditions and the political conditions around you. So sometimes you might not need any combat tech at all, especially maybe if you're playing on a larger map and there's not so many AI races around you, or like me, you've been lucky at the start and you found a race that is relatively friendly. I mean, the Aviarii, look, they're kind of happy with us at the moment. At least they don't find it particularly threatening. Part of the reason is because we've got a larger fleet strength than any of those. I do wonder if these guys are at war. Well, yeah. So I mean, the choices that you make with regards to the tech, they change every single game, and no two games of Remnants of the Precursors will be the same. This is why I love this game so much. It's just so replayable. It's just great. I could gush about it all day. So let's get on with it. I'm going to send a few more transports over to Sato. Just a couple each time. We don't want to take too many from our main population from our main production planets. So I think let's put this back into tech spending. So yeah, we're getting 430 research points a year. We're going to start making breakthroughs in deflector shields, deuterium fuel cells, and this is really what we want. Battle Computer Mark II is going to be useful, and it would be wise for us to go through computers quick, but I really want this dead environment tech. And that's because if we go to the systems screen and expand, you can see, this is a great screen, by the way. Any planet that you can currently colonize will have a green target around it. Any planet that you can colonize once you've hit a certain research point, this will be shown in yellow. This is a great opportunity for us to look at this systems screen in a little bit more detail. Exterminate we'll look at when we start getting towards a war, because that's more relevant then. But the exploit and the expand we can look at now. So once we've got dead tech, that means we can take these dead planets, and they only have small sizes, but if you notice, this one's a rich planet, which is really, really good. And this is a size 40 dead, so with a bit of terraforming, this could become quite a useful planet. So we can't go for notice that the irradiated inferno, they're not within our we're not able to take those yet, and we're not close to any of the technology that will allow us to colonize those planets. So this is a really useful screen, and you can just, at a glance, especially when you've got a very large galaxy, you can just see quickly, well, where is it that I can take? Oh, I can't take these yet, but what do I need? Well, I need the planetary techs that allow you to land on those particular planet types, in this case dead. So let's just go to the next turn. We found a planet called Nikki. Desert planet, size 45. Okay, so we've got the class 2 deflector shield. So this is extra protection for our ships. It absorbs 2 points of damage from all attacks. And the next one we're going to focus on is class 3 deflector shields. Okay, that's fine. We didn't get a choice there, but that's no problem. If I remember right, the Alkari, yes, the Alkari have a negative penalty. They have a penalty when it comes to force field tech. So actually, we have to spend 125% of the base cost, the standard base cost for force field tech every time we research it. That's just one of the. I guess it's to balance out the fact that we have a maneuverability bonus in our ships because the Alkari are great pilots, right? So, where were we? Okay, so we don't need to be sending any more of these. We've got 3 years until these colony ships hit Joe, at which point we want to mass send transports to quickly get that up to speed. And also this second transport, or this second colony ship, this one here, 4 years to Sato, then we're going to send it down to Adachi, and then we're going to have 5 planets, and that's a little bit more respectable, particularly since this planet here is a decent planet. This jungle size 80 is a really good planet. The steppe planet is smaller, but it's still perfectly good, especially after some terraforming. Okay, so at the moment most of our money is going into research. We're going to really start pumping out some technologies. We're over the threshold for a breakthrough in deuterium fuel cells. What is he building? He's building 17. Well, he's got 17 Sparrowhawks. Let's go to the status screen. Yeah, okay, so he's building up some kind of fleet. Perhaps he's intimidated by the fact that we've got a larger fleet. The Tellans seem to be losing. They seem to be losing fleet strength. I wonder if they're in a war with someone we can't see. Okay. Let's have a look what we've got. The colony ship's nearly arrived. And yeah, we're still waiting for this breakthrough. And so the colonists have arrived at Joe, and let's colonize this planet. Go, little chicken guy. And he plants his little flag in, and we're going to call it Joe. That's fine. Good name. Okay, deuterium fuel cells. Select the next propulsion technology our researchers should focus on. Okay, so hydrogen fuel cells. It can be worth to take the technologies that are lower, that send you, that allow you to travel further. So, for example, we've got deuterium fuel cells now, which was 5 light years out from your colony planets. You could take this if you wanted to make ships with, smaller ships, because each size of these fuel cells are bigger. So sometimes it can be economical for you to make them slightly slower if you want to put more weapons on them. But actually, I've seen what technology I want to go for here. And first, it's nuclear engines. This will allow us to move at warp speed 2. It improves our maneuverability in the tactical battles too. Then after this, I'm immediately going to go for an inertial stabilizer, and I discussed why in the previous video. It will just make our ships really, really powerful. So Altair now is going to send some colony ships. Now the transports that you send, they travel at 1 light year per turn less than the maximum technology you've got. So if we had that nuclear engines and we had 2 light years per turn, we would actually be traveling at 1 with the transports, because they are slightly slower than your combat ships. So let's send 10. I think I can per this turn. I think I can probably regrow that yet. So I'm going to send 10 this turn. Keep a little bit in tech. Let's send. I can probably send 7 here. I'm just guessing. Yeah, I can send a little bit more, but that's fine. So let's get Endo sending some 2, and Sato. Now I think this might be smart, since we've only got 100 factories. Let's send 30 down to Joe, which is a large proportion of our ships. That's going to take us down to 56 population, but we can't support any more than 56 anyway, so this is a perfect amount. So let's just get the put that back into ecology. We might just put a little bit into the industry as well, because once we've taken those 30, we're going to grow a few more as well and build some more factories. That'll do it. Okay. So once our colony ship has arrived at Sato, we're going to send it to Adachi, and then we can push our empire out in this direction too. I'm actually surprised at the Aviare that they haven't taken these planets. I don't know what's going on there. Also, the humans seem to be a little bit. Their growth is a little bit stunted, but we don't know what's going on their borders. Okay, so we've got some more population. I'm going to send 10 more here, and then regrow that pop. Endo, I'm going to send a few more. I'm not actually keeping track of how many I'm sending here. So what we got? We've got 10, we've got 7, 17, 30. So that's 47, and we've just sent 47, 45, 52, 62 down to Joe. That's plenty. That's more than enough. We've sent more than we really need there. In fact, it might actually be worth. No, that's fine. Let's try and get Joe up to speed as quickly as possible. And now that we've got a base at Joe, we can start scouting some of these other systems here. So as you can see, we're gradually pushing our board. We're pushing the range of our ships out in this direction now. Just going back to the explore screen. System is unscouted and can be reached after research in dotomite crystals is completed. So you see here again, all the systems that we can scout are in green. Systems that we could scout with certain technologies are in yellow, or the system is unscouted and controlled by an empire that's not an ally. So this is something we could potentially scout, although it would cause small diplomatic penalties, and we don't really want to suffer any diplomatic penalties, really. Okay, so our colony ship has now arrived, and I am going to send some of these fighters down to... No, I won't. No, they're okay. Let's just send this colony ship to Adachi. Actually, accompanying them with fighters might be wise. Yeah, I think it might be wise. Let's send those fighters with it too. Okay, so we've got a fighter escort with this colony ship. They're going to take 5 years to get to Adachi. The next, we can also... Maybe Yoshida would be a better target. It's certainly a better planet. Yep. Let's send it there. That's 9 years. And we do run the risk that another race might get it first. However, we do have a fighter escort. But that's 10 fighters is really not... Or 20 fighters is really not very much. Although the Alkari fighters are significantly more dangerous than most of the other races. And that's because they have that bonus to their maneuverability. So, okay. Yeah, these are just messages telling us that we've maxed out our fleets again. Maxed out our population size, sorry. It's always worth having a look at the status screen every few turns. Still high fleet strength. Yeah, we're doing good. We're not doing bad at all here. I'd like to get the production up higher. We've certainly got more planets than the others. I was expecting our AI rivals to have many more planets than me at this point. I'm not quite sure what's happened here. Since we're also doing a lot better with regards to technology, I mean, we've not got as high as the other two. However, it might be worth showing off another feature. So, this is our counterintelligence report. So if we click on our own faction and then click on the intelligence screen here, we get the counterintelligence report. So what we can do is we can put some of our galactic total spending into is a tax, and we'll put it into security, and this gives us a security bonus, and this bonus will affect all dice rolls with regards to enemy spies either trying to steal stuff from us or from sabotage, and it will also catch passive spying as well. So anyone that's just hiding Every now and again, it's worth just pumping this up to maximum just to clear out any spies from your area, but it is significantly expensive, so we're not going to do that for the time being. But I will put in a little, because I don't want anybody to take our technologies once we've got them. Also, in this screen is the unknown technology report. So this gives you an overview of which AI races have got technology that you can take that you don't already have, and it tells you who has them. So for example, in computer tech, the AVRI have got ECM Jammer Mark 1 and Battle Computer Mark 2. So that means we can either go and trade for it, or we can try and steal it. Also in this screen is your intelligence bureau, and you can actually manage all of your spies for each for each AI faction that you're dealing with. You can decide whether they're hiding, espionage, or sabotage, and it's all just conveniently in one screen. Let's go back and see where we're at. We're still mostly putting our money into technology. And yeah, the next techs that are going to start coming through are this anti-missile rocket tech, because we get a bonus to weapons. And computers. I'd like to get this computer tech as soon as possible. But let's just I'm going to keep them balanced out for now. I think it's probably wise for me to do that. This is a really important technology for us, controlled dead, but I don't think it's worth rushing for yet. We've got plenty of colonies to keep us busy. It might be worth actually building another colony ship at Altair now, so that we can get this Adachi planet too. But I might wait until we've got Yoshida up, because it's possible if this gets taken before us, we might end up with an extra colony ship we don't want. And you really don't want colony ships sat around, because they are quite expensive, and every ship that you have costs ship maintenance. So you'll remember that in this Empire spending report, it shows you what you're spending all your money on, right? So ship maintenance is just 3.4% of our total economy, and security we're currently spending 4% on. I'm going to actually transfer some funds into Joe. Let's just click on this planet here. You see that at the moment it's only producing one production each turn, because it's got no factories. That's why we've got 2 population and we've got no factories. What I can do is I can transfer some funds from our Empire Treasury, and let's put in. I mean, if we put in 10, that's kind of 10. It can only use an extra. The amount of billion credits that you can put in, and it can use each turn, is twice what it actually is currently producing. So it went up from 1 to 3, because there's obviously a decimal point rounding thing going on there. But let's say that Sato, we wanted to double the amount of production. Now, what we would go to transfer funds from Treasury, and we could put in another 169 if we wanted to use it in that turn. If we had 1,000 in here, we could put the whole 1,000 in here, right? And we'd get about 5 turns worth, because what happens is it will use twice what you'd get here, and that would add to it this turn, and then it would keep its own little reserve. So that 1,000 would then increment down each turn, adding twice of what the production is. So you can actually stockpile money in each planet's reserve from your global galactic reserve, and that will. So for example, here we've put like 10 in. If we could put some more in, let's say we put like 20, 30 or something. So this will keep this topped up now for several turns, and it will use this reserve. This is really good to start getting these early these planets that are early in their development off the ground a little bit more. You won't have seen much of a difference. I think it jumped from like 0.2 factories to 0.3 a year, but this will become more significant as more population start to arrive, as these transports come in. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this episode here, guys. We're over the 30-minute mark, so thanks for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this series. Leave some comments in the comments section, and I'll catch you next time.